Hey, Sarah Michelle here with Happiness and Heals. I am a sex, love, and intimacy coach for female entrepreneurs. And today I want to talk about trauma a little bit. So, almost all the clients that I get are women who have experienced sexual trauma either in childhood or adulthood. And they feel disconnected from their body in some way because of that experience. But now that they're an adult, they want to have a healthy and active sex life, but they can't quite figure out how to do it because there's so much trauma there, right? There's so much fear and anger, disappointment, just all these feelings all knotted up and shoved down into these like first and second, maybe even third chakras here that make it feel impossible for them to open themselves back up to it. And I wanted to share a story of a client of mine that I worked with who had experienced a lot of trauma. First of all, she had been raised in a religion that was not, well, like a lot of religions, you know, it had some very negative viewpoints on sex, especially sex outside of marriage. And then she got into a marriage where she experienced abuse in many different forms. And so when she came to me, she had gotten out of the marriage and was ready to have a new relationship, but she was with someone and she couldn't seem to get herself to even want to have sex. And she was like, I'm so afraid. I think I'm going to lose this relationship if I can't figure out how to open up and have sex. She's like, plus I really want to. Like, okay. And so we talked through it. And what I wanted to share today is that a lot of people think that like, if you're having trouble having sex, then you just go have sex. Like, it's like this mentality of if you're afraid of spiders, then go hold a spider sort of thing, like face your fears. Well, that doesn't work for a lot of women because you shut down, you paralyze, right? There's a reason that you're not doing this, and there's a reason it doesn't feel good in your body. And you don't necessarily have to sit for years in a therapist's office processing the trauma. Yes, therapy can be helpful, and yes, it has its place. I'm not saying anything against therapy, but you don't necessarily have to face it head on. And so what I asked her to do for the first week that she was working with me was I said, just take your hands and I want you to place them over like your pubic bone, right? So over your vulva in that area. She didn't have to take off her clothes. And if you guys want to follow this exercise, I recommend it to everyone, but especially starting here with people who have experienced trauma. So leave your clothes on. All you're doing is reconnecting to that energy and feeling that space open up. And so you place your left hand down first, and that's because it's your feminine side and it's your heart energy. So we're filling this space with love and acceptance, right? And we place our right hand over top of that. Sorry, I'm pretty low here. Place your right hand over top of that because it is the masculine side and it protects, okay? That's the intention behind the hands and how we're doing it. And then all you do is place them on over your pubic bone, on your vulva area, and close your eyes and just breathe into that space. See if you can feel what's happening. See if you can relax it at all and feel like your hips and your thighs and stuff release the tension and sit there with you. See if you can get any of that movement, and you don't have to do this for any certain period of time. So if you can only do this for 20 or 30 seconds and then it's like, whoa, too much is rushing back in, or this is just too hard for me, I don't have the patience for this right now, whatever it is, honor yourself, honor your body, honor that response, and let it go. Let go, walk away, do whatever else you need to do, come back to it at another time. Within 1 week, I checked in with my client, and she had masturbated, which is a huge step, by the way. And also one that I want to bring up. Like, I didn't tell her to masturbate. I didn't tell her to go have sex. I didn't even tell her that as we do this, it's going to bring back your sexual energy. All I said was, I want you to feel into this part of your body and reconnect with that energy, right? And she naturally did it all on her own. And she was so happy when she came back to me because I said, how did it go? You know, What did you feel? What came up for you? And she's like, actually, a few days into it, I got so turned on, I masturbated. And I was like, yes. And that's the thing, is like, you can do this at the same time as you're doing the therapy, or as you're doing the journaling or the energy work or any of these other tools you're bringing in to process all the trauma. You can do this. You can reconnect with your body in a way that's safe and loving and gentle. And it can be on your own. Just because you want to increase your sex drive and just because you want to have a healthier life does not mean that you have to have a partner. Whether that means partner as in being in a relationship, or whether that means partner as in going out and finding someone for friends with benefits or one night stand or whatever other ways you can hook up with people. You can literally do all of this stuff on your own, and it's so empowering. And I just wanted to share that story with you and share with you that you can place your hands, remember, left hand first, right hand to cover with protection, and just breathe into that space. Just send yourself some love and healing. Pray at the same time if that feels good for you. Visualize releasing what's no longer serving you at the same time if that feels good for you. Whatever works for you. If you're not that type of person yet, and you just want to sit there and hold it for 30 seconds and let that be your thing, I promise you, you will get out of it what you need to get out of it. All right, thanks for listening. Let me know how it goes.